You ready?
Yeah, go live because I'm doing.
Are we live now or?
Yeah, we are live.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What do you think?
Well, good morning, everyone.
I have bought already the casing.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah, yeah.
Now it's going to be nearly impossible to break. Hi. Good morning, Aya.
You have no. It's afternoon here. Good morning to you.
It's
Well,
good morning to you, and soon it's good night here.
it's good night there and good morning to me, huh?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Um.
Start.
So today it's going to be about a very simple subject that most people don't have a clear understanding
Mm-hmm.
unless they're the health conscious type.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know how long this live is going to be, but
Parang bata.
it's going to be accurate, but it's something that will be beneficial for you for your health long term. Okay. So last week we talked about coffee, soda, energy drinks, and so forth.
Now it's smoke. Talk about smoke now.
Smoke.
Yeah.
Well, we'll reserve smoke maybe next week on Friday or something.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
Schedule that is
Wala ka
schedule.
palang alam niya?
So
Okay.
let's see. So we've got just you and me and Aya. And
Yes.
that's okay. People can watch this later.
Okay ba?
Okay.
Open mo.
Okay. So today
Sa YouTube mo.
we touched on it last week, but we talked about water last week. How important is water?
No, yesterday there's a bomb here in morning.
Hmm?
They bomb again.
I can't hear what you said.
Yesterday they bomb again here.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry to hear that. That's. Hopefully there'll be an end to that foolishness one of these days.
Thank you. Ay,
Okay.
ulit tayo ng nanay ko.
Okay. So how you know the world there is water on the earth through the various oceans around the world. There is so much water going on. It's mostly covered with water, and there's very little land, right? And I'm trying to remember the surface of the water versus the land, but there's more water than there is land. Okay, but it's not necessarily drinkable water because it's ocean water.
Bawal yun.
However, for those people that think we're going to run out of water, it's not going to happen, and I'll tell you why. There is a process called desalination, and what that does is they have these various equipments, and they will convert salt water, get rid of all the sediments in the ocean water,
Gusto na yung video mo. Yawa.
and they will make it drinkable water. Okay, that's the process called desalination. Okay, so now we know that we don't have to worry about running out of water and stuff like that. Now we're going to talk about the importance of water. What's the
Yan,
difference
ipakita mo pa kami, no?
of water brand to another?
Kumain sa'yo.
Is there a difference? Should you drink tap water? What comes out of your sink? Okay, uh, depending on what part of the world you're in, I don't. Your access to water might be different from one person. Like me, I'm from the USA. All I have to go is go to the kitchen sink, and I open up the faucet, and I get water. Right? It's called tap water. But if I'm in the Philippines,
Egypt daw.
I remember as a child, we would have to go to a community pump. It was a well pump. It was a prime pump, and you had to pump it like this, pump it and pump it and pump it and pump it forever. Finally, the water comes out of the ground. Okay. Well, they exist. They still exist in the Philippines today. That's how people get the water over there. Not everybody, but in the provinces, that's how they do it still. But obviously, Manila, Cebu, and any other places, they get their water some other kind of way. Okay. All right. Let's cover one thing real quick. So, if you get thirsty, the most important liquid that you can drink is water.
Yeah.
It's not soda. It's not an energy drink. It's not coffee.
Water from the tree.
Over herbal tea is pretty good. But the best one to drink when you're really, really thirsty, even if you don't like it, is water. Okay? That is the best thing you could drink. But the best thing you could drink is the best quality water. Okay. How do
It's
you
not
know if the water you're drinking is the best quality water?
it's
You can
you need
buy
to
water
drink coconut
at the
coconut
store,
water.
Mineral,
right?
no, it's
Yeah, you can buy water in little bottles, like the Sana or some other kind of brand of water, or you can drink mineral water. Somebody just
Evian.
mentioned you can drink coconut water, but that's not water. That's a different kind of water. It's a very good kind of water,
Water should be
coconut
drank.
water. Okay. So, but let's just talk about pure water, just regular water with nothing to it. Mineral water is a different kind of water.
Yung silver yan
Okay.
talaga sa amin.
So,
Oh.
Original yung silver yan talaga.
there is something called,
Yung mga anik-anik ko na ano yung silver.
it's a device
Under unless iron.
that you can actually purchase through Amazon. It's called a TDS
Ano yan?
water tester kit. Okay. When I used to be in the water business,
Tapos na sila.
we would take various kinds of water in bottles.
Gago na kalimutan ko.
What happened?
Nothing.
Oh, and
Daniel,
you could take something called a TDS water tester, and it will check the small particles of sediments in the water. Okay, and so it will turn various colors. That shows different depending on what's the amount in there. It will tell you the various amounts of particles or sediments in the water. And not all waters will read real good numbers. Okay, so when I did my water research maybe 5 years ago or so, even in the United States, okay, listen, it's a modern country, USA, but when they did a test on what's in the water systems from the faucet, they actually found human feces left
what
over
should the water we should drink?
in the water. You know what feces are? It's poop. It's in the water still. In USA, you want to drink poop in your water? That's not a good thing, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's what a TSD tester will show. I'm a TDS tester, I should say. So anyway, that's one way. So if you actually had a TDS tester, if you buy water or your tap water, you read the instructions on the TDS kit, and it will show you how to read the readings. Then you can test the water that you're drinking by using the TDS tester. Okay, so that's one way you can check water. Okay, so all you do is you take a water from the sink, put it in a container. You buy different kind of bottles from the store. You put it on the counter, and then you use the TDS tester, and that will show you the best kind of water and the cleanest kind of water. Okay, so now let's go over to another thing. Okay, now how much water should each person drink? Is that something you've ever wondered? Am I drinking enough water? Am I drinking something else besides water? Okay. And so for each person, there is a general rule of thumb when it comes to health rules so that you don't become dehydrated and your skin doesn't look as good when your skin becomes dehydrated. And then you get headaches because you also become dehydrated. Okay. So the more water that you drink, the better you're going to feel. It is healthier for your joints, your bones, and for all your organs and body parts. They work better the more lubricated they are with water. Okay? Those are things
Okay.
that people don't think about. Okay? So if you have not listened to this, listen to this relive later or rewatch later, then you can see what we're talking about here. But
Okay.
let's go back to the how much water should you drink per person? Okay, I'm going to use pounds as weight to measure was a way to measure weight here in USA. So let's say you weigh 100 pounds. Okay, you divide that into two. That's 50, right? That means if you're 100 pounds, divide that into two. Now it's 50 ounces. That means you need to drink a minimum of 50 ounces to operate during the day. Okay? So if you go to Philippines, they measure things in kilograms. So you take the
Kilograms.
kilograms,
Liter.
you liter.
Philippines. Yeah.
Okay, I know they use kilograms. I guess they use liters too. It's the same thing with Canadians. They use liters. So
Ah,
you
really?
take yes. So you take liters. What let's say, give me a number. I don't tell me your weight. I just give me a number out there in liters, like 50 kg. What's that in liters?
Yeah. No, 1 kilogram. 120. Di ba? 120 kilogram.
Well, but I know they use kilograms in weight. So if you ask a woman in the
Yeah,
Philippines,
two.
she'll say, oh, I weigh 50 kilograms,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Th- That's what they say. So you take the kilograms, you divide that into two. Whatever that answer is, let's say it's 50. You divide
That's
into two, it's
there's the
25
Philippines.
kilograms.
And that's the water we should drink.
Yes.
The result.
I can explain it better in pounds. So if you're a 200-pound man, you divide that into two. Now it's 100, and then 100 ounces
We
of
should
water.
drink. We should drink 4 liters a day. Like that.
it probably might. Let's see, 4 liters a day. That could be. Yeah, that could be correct. I just know it. I just know it in pounds.
Ah, okay, okay. Not kilogram. Okay, okay, it's okay.
Yeah. So what you have to do is you have to take your body weight, divide that, and convert that into pounds, and then cut that into half.
The,
That's how
the
many
answer
ounces.
is the answer is that's the answer is should that one I we drink in a day.
So whatever your body weight is, cut it out into half, and that's how many ounces you drink
Mm-hmm.
minimum.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
if you're more active, you're exercising,
Mm.
you're out in the sun working outdoors, you need to
Yeah.
drink way more than half your body weight.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you got to drink probably 60-70% of your body weight in ounces.
Uh-huh.
The more active you are, the more water you need to drink.
Yeah, the more water
But
we intake, right?
yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And I'm telling you, if you give up all the other sodas and
Uh-huh.
energy drinks and whatever other things you drink that's not water,
Uh-huh.
the quality of your life will slowly improve if you're drinking really clean water.
Mm.
Okay? So now
Okay.
I'm gonna go over plastics and how it relates to water. Okay? In the USA and various parts of the world, including the Philippines, people can buy water at the store. What did I call it in the Philippines? I think they call it tube.
Yeah, too big.
Too
It's
big.
too
Okay.
big. Yeah, too big. It's
Okay.
too big. Okay.
All right. So when you go to the store and you buy too big,
Yeah.
they're gonna give you. Sometimes they give it to you in plastic. In the sorry store, they put it in a
Yeah.
little plastic. They put it in a little plastic.
That's what we call ice water.
Okay, they do that in there. Okay,
Oh
but they
yeah.
also give you a bottle water,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
The
so, but the bottle water is made out of plastic.
yeah.
Okay, why am I covering plastic? Because the plastic is mixing with the water. Okay, their plastics have a rating on them. I think it goes from 0 to 5, but I don't really pay attention to that number because there's a better way to measure the quality of plastic. Okay, let me show you something on camera in just a little bit. What I use that's very straight, safe to drink out of. So when you're drinking out of plastic, the plastic, it what it does is there are parts of the plastics that dissolves. It's called leaching. So when a water bottle sits in the warehouses or in the hot trucks before it gets delivered to the store, the plastics breaks down, and the plastics, the compounds and the chemicals in the plastics mixes with the water, and you end up drinking part of the plastic, and it is not healthy for you. It's called leaching, where the plastic breaks down, it
Uh-huh.
mixes with the water, then you end up drinking part of the plastics with the water.
Saan? Kami ah.
Okay, and it's not good for your body and your organs to have this buildup of
Ay, may
plastics
ano, gatas
and
yun.
chemicals
Nasa ano lang yan. Nasa
in the water that you're drinking.
dito. Pero sa Pilipinas, nasa almost.
So the best way to drink if you're going to drink water is something called BPA free. BPA free is B as in boy, P as in Peter, A as in apple. BPA free. Okay? So only drink out of containers that says on it
May nag-comment sino yun?
BPA free. Then you take the water that you found that's the cleanest by using a TDS tester.
May vape din doon.
Then you can put that in your
Pag ayoko
BPA
mag-refill,
container.
ayoko mag-refill.
Okay?
Tapos naman.
That's how you drink water.
Thank you, Chix.
So here's another way to drink water. All right, let me show you this.
Disposable.
Let me see.
Ito,
All right.
ito may charge. Ito cartridge, palitan.
Do you see this container?
Makinig kami
It
sa
has a lid.
What's the
Okay.
difference that on the plastic?
This is different. There's a different kind of metal in here. Okay. It's like a tumbler. This is kind of expensive to buy this. Okay. It's in America. You have to pay like 20 USD or more for something like this. Okay. And it's metal. So when you look at it, okay, you see how it goes.
kay ginali.
It's metal in there. Okay. And there's no plastics.
Ginali mo sunod ka.
Okay. So with that, you can use
Ano to?
uh, herbal tea in there,
Pero may stay mo lang.
and you can use water in there. And what it does is, or something called a tumbler.
Oo.
When you put hot water in there, whether it's tea or coffee or whatever you decide to drink, it will keep it hot for many, many hours. Okay. And so here's another one I use. You see this container? This keeps something hot for 16 hours a day. Okay. Or it can keep something cold for, let me see what it says on here. If you put ice in here, it keeps the ice cold for 60 hours.
Uh-uh.
Okay. So those are another way that if you buy a tumbler that you can keep hot or cold for many hours without worrying about plastics. Or you can buy a tumbler. It will also do something similar, but may not be as long, but it will keep it for many hours, cold or hot. Okay, I don't know what to call it in the Philippines. I remember watching something, and it was pretty expensive too. But they may have a different name in the Philippines what those containers are.
Yeah.
But they're essentially BPA free containers. Okay, so it's safe to drink out of those. Okay, so that's what I know about water. Okay, remember, the more water you drink, the healthier it is for your skin. The the body parts are works better because it lubricates your joints and your bones. Okay, and it cleans out the body from toxins. Water helps pushes the toxins out in your body because it helps clean the liver and the various organs in the body. And you feel better when you drink mostly water. Now, if you add something like real coconut water, now you're going to improve
Dali ka.
the quality of your body's skincare, the various organs, your hair, everything gets better when you're drinking coconut water.
Pera na ayo kakaiyo.
But it has to be real coconut water. What do I mean by real coconut water?
Hindi ka rin pa pwede
It
mag-drink.
means When you see it, when you see a Filipino or Thailand person climb up the tree and they
Baka yung sa
drop the
area
coconut
binigyan
from
mo
the
ni
tree
katatay kasi nung nakaraan
and
binigyan
they
niya doon.
take a machete
Sa
and
tatay,
crack that coconut open,
binigay niya sa ano mo.
that is the fresh coconut water. That is the best you could eat right there or drink.
Tangina.
Make sure you're eating the coconut gel, and the gel has a lot of vitamins and nutrients too.
Baka mabigyan ka na doon.
That's very healthy for the body.
Baka hindi man ako mabigyan, pupunta
Okay,
namin sa bahay.
so now that we've mentioned all of these things just about water,
Mm.
what
What is this?
questions do
What
you
the
have
extra?
for me about water?
What is that extra is what the extra hate from Israel? There's someone hate you here.
Extra
Well,
hate
that's
from
okay.
Israel. Who's that? Your CEO. No, it's that's their name. That's the name. Extra hate from Israel.
No, that's the name here.
Yeah.
Yours.
Extra hate. We're not from Israel. We're not from Israel.
Okay, but we can have questions. If you guys have questions for me related to water, let's go ahead and get those questions answered now.
I don't
So let me also give my disclaimer.
Kaya nga.
Okay,
Kanina pa ako dito nag-snack.
I am not a medical doctor.
Hindi niya.
I never wanted to be a medical doctor because what they learn in medical school
Binabasa siya na lecture niya.
is not true healthcare, but emergency
Binabasa siya
care.
na lecture niya. Tapos tatanungin ko
Okay,
niya ang answer dito.
they learn how to troubleshoot the body and the conditions that's wrong with the body, and then they give you medicine or pills or drugs, or you're going to get surgery. Those are the three major things you're going to get out of a regular medical doctor. And I am not against regular medical doctor. We absolutely need them. Okay? If I'm say running and all of a sudden I fall and I break my bones, you don't want to talk to me. You want a medical doctor for that surgery that you need. We need them for that. Okay? And if I'm sick
Oh, kasi nililibre ka
and I
namin
need
sa
to know
likod.
what's wrong with me, we need medical doctors to tell us what's wrong with our body because they're very skilled in diagnosing what's wrong with the body. Well, sometimes they get it wrong. It takes them a few times to get it right. But let me make sure that you understand medical doctors are not gods, they make mistakes.
Yeah, because
That's why
they're
they,
not perfect. They're human.
yes, correct, Aya. That is why they have something called malpractice insurance.
Yeah, some of the malpractice doctors is like the beginners, right?
No, not just beginners. Seasoned veterans makes a mistake too.
Oh, really? There's some
Yes,
even the yeah.
yes, even them, they can make a mistake.
Yeah, because nobody's perfect, right?
Correct. Okay. Can you imagine if you're having a surgery, you're knocked out, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden the doctors are busy, they're talking to each other, and they're doing heart surgery on you, and all of a sudden they forget the tool when they close you all up, and it's inside your body. Has that happened before? Yes, but it's very rare. They
No, I
can
don't
leave
have
a
any
tool
surgery.
inside your body or something that doesn't belong inside your body, and then they close up your body and they pitch you all up, and it's still they left it in there.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's just a simple example.
Tumatawa na
Okay,
si boss.
like many years ago, I injured my knee, and I
Really?
went yes, and I went to the hospital because my knee was all swollen.
How
Okay,
about this? How about now?
no, my knee's fine now. This was
Did you go
probably
orthopedic?
oh yeah, this was probably 30 years ago when I was a young guy.
Oh, it's half of my. That's my age, maybe.
Okay, Not exactly. Yeah, you're a little older than I was. So my knee, I was the wall was swollen. They had to drain the fluids out of my knee. Okay, and it was called arthroscopic knee surgery.
Oh,
Okay,
why? What
and so
happened to your knee?
there was cartilages that was loose in there, and so they had
Okay.
to suck it all out with a
Uh-huh.
huge giant needle like this, and they stuck it in my knee and sucked all the fluids out with the
Oh,
camera.
I thought when the knee problem is need potassium.
No, not if you have something broken in there.
Oh, okay, okay.
So they have to suck out all the broken parts so that when you're walking, it doesn't get in the way of your bones walking, and then it hurts. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
that's why we need medical doctors. They're
I
good
see, I
for
see.
something like that.
Dali mo
Okay,
lang oras pa ba to?
they have a purpose. Believe me, we need medical doctors. They do good in the world also. Okay, but when it comes to restoring my health beyond surgery, I would not go to a medical
Gagalingan ko to,
doctor.
dali.
I would go to somebody like a holistic doctor,
What's
or
that?
what I or what I would have been. It's called, I wanted to be a naturopathic physician.
Oh.
They know about wellness and how to get your body well. Okay, so that's what I was going to be, a naturopathic physician. But I didn't want to go to $250,000 in debt in USA.
Really?
And I looked at their
Wow.
curriculum, and so I already studied most of the stuff they already know
Wow,
anyway.
amazing, Alec. You go study that?
Yes, that's why I own over
Man,
4,000 books.
mashallah, Alex, mashallah.
But you cannot call me Dr. Alex,
Oh, because that's
okay?
it's just a profession, right?
It's a very important profession
Yes.
because they help you heal the body when you're sick,
Uh-huh. It's that's a
not, not
knowledge.
not through drugs or medicine, okay?
Okay.
Because
Galing
all
ka.
drugs,
Gusto man ako dito.
even if it's approved by the federal drugs, by the FDA, right? Federal Drug Submission,
Mm-mm.
they still have side effects. So imagine taking three, four, or five pills at the same time. Let's say I'm the old man, I'm retired, and there's something wrong with me, like high blood pressure or
Bakit mo
something
kayong
else,
dalawang kintin dito?
right? And I'm taking 5 or 10 different kind of pills. Some people 20 pills, right? There is something called contraindications. You know what contraindications are? It's a pill to fix another pill because of its side effects, and they now start fighting against each other. That's why if you can stay out of pills, stay out of pills. It's better to fix the problem than taking medicine and pills. Plus, it's expensive to continue to take pills going to the grocery store or to a pharmaceutical place every single time to get drugs, and it still doesn't fix the problem,
Away pa sila. Hindi, si IBC
right?
nanonood na isa. Dalawa na.
So
Isa na lang.
the pharmaceutical industry is not going to want me to tell you all this, but it's reality. So that's why you want to minimize something called medical pills because of the contraindications. Plus, it doesn't make the problem completely go away. It only manages the symptoms. Okay, but let's not go into that any further because this is about water. Okay, so it's unfortunate. I only see like two people live on there, and then plus you guys. But maybe they'll watch this later on. So, Aya, do you have any question for me, or D, do you have any question for me related to water? Hello.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Do you guys have any questions for me?
Question, Rhea, you have question? I object. No, I take down, I take down your about water, you know.
Good. Good.
Yeah, coffee, some drinks are not as hydrating as water. Herbal tea can help, but plain water is still the best when you are very thirsty, like that. There are different kinds of water: bottled water, mineral water, and coconut water.
Hmm.
Coconut water is a healthy, but it's different from pure water.
Yes. When I go to the
And
Philippines, go ahead.
yes, and I research about TDS water. Tester checks how clean or pure water is by measuring dissolved participles or minerals in it. Yeah, I research about it. And device may show different colors or numbers depending on the amount of particles in the water.
Yep, that's correct. So
Okay.
when I get to the Philippines, I'm gonna hire somebody to deliver coconuts at my door
Oh,
every day. I will be living out of coconut water every day. I will at least crack one open every day and eat the gel inside the coconut and eat that.
uh-huh.
That's gonna make my hair, that's gonna improve my
Ano,
quality in my
ano
hair,
to dahil magjajakol to lagi.
and it's gonna make my skin better.
Wow.
I'm gonna look even younger. Okay? I'm hoping that I might be more guapo.
Oo nga, alam ko nga. Yung ano ba?
Okay? So that's what I'm gonna make sure. I set aside money every single month. So if I get like, I don't know, every 3, 4 days have like 5, 10 coconuts in my house and then order some
Ah,
more.
yeah, yeah, because I research about coconut flesh and coconut water that contain the healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals that can support hydration and skin health. But the look younger, what? Part is more
Yes,
than professional claim that a guaranteed medical fact. Oh my God, it's really
yes.
nice.
And so listen, the dentist work that you had done for your gums,
Uh-huh.
when you drink coconut water, it makes all of that better.
Really?
Yes, yes, way
Okay.
better than medicine.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
One day I'm going to talk about the miracle of the coconut. I have read hundreds and hundreds of pages on the miracle thing what coconut and water it can do to your body. It's amazing. It was actually discovered by a Philippine man who went after coconuts for like 50 years, and he helped people live out of all kinds of diseases by using coconut and water. Yes, it is a miracle worker. People have no idea how powerful coconut and water is. It's a miracle worker. Okay, so that's why when I get to the Philippines, because the Philippines has a lot of coconut, and
Yeah,
I'm
there
either gonna pick
is.
it up
Es-
and I'm gonna bring coconut
Especially
water.
the countryside.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
the
that,
countryside.
that's where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be in the countryside. I don't want anything to do with Cebu.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with Manila.
Bitbit.
No major cities.
Mapagod naman ako. Hindi naman tayo
I'm
makapag-save
only
ng
gonna go to those areas for 1 week, 2 weeks, after so many months per year, because I don't want all those people around me
ako, hindi.
and all the congestion, all the traffic. I don't want any of that stuff. That's why I want to live in the
Hindi
mountains
pwede kasi wala tayong
in province
kakain
life.
bukas.
Okay, and so that's why I'm probably gonna end up going to Mindanao.
You want to live in Mindanao?
That's probably where I'm gonna be. Is Mindanao in the
Which
mountains.
part of which part?
There's an area called Cagayan de Oro.
Yeah. Oh, you want to live in Cagayan?
That's one area.
Yeah.
Maybe on the outskirts of Cagayan de Oro,
Mm-mm.
or something called Bukidnon.
Yeah. Oh, the Bukidnon is a little Germany. It's like
Okay.
like it's like the famous Switzerland. That's the mini
Yes. Okay.
Switzerland.
But they say that the rich people live there.
Yeah, there
But you
is.
know what?
What?
When I hit my target goal,
What?
and I mentioned before, the minimum of 50,000 USD per month.
Wait, Alex, the retirement of in United States of America is like 62 years old, right? Uh, uh, the full retirement is 62, right?
No, no. So let me go over that. Okay. The full retirement age depends
It's or it's
on when you were
on
born.
the. Oh, I thought in when you were the start to work.
No, so the baby boomers, okay. I'm trying to remember what the cutoff is in the baby boomers. I don't know if it was 1960. I don't remember exactly right this moment. You can Google that. But the baby boomers, the full retirement age for baby boomers is 67 and a half years old.
Ah, really? Because
That's full
because my
retirement age.
oh, I thought it's 62 because my uncle is full retirement. He's 62 years old. He's now in the Philippines. But
Okay.
before he was
So
working in
let me go over
America.
this.
Mm.
When somebody becomes 62 years old,
Mukha siyang sira ulo pag gusto lang ko makausap eh.
it's not
Awa naman
considered
ako,
full
yawa.
retirement,
Kaya sumasambot-sambot ako.
but they can collect retirement at 62.
Ganun na raw.
Ah, yeah, you listening?
Yeah.
So
Dali
you
is disturbed. We're complaining, Dali.
so you can receive early retirement at
Mm-mm.
62,
Oh.
but not
But at
full
62 years
retirement
old, you
amount.
can. But when you are 62 years old, you can work also. Like part time in America,
You
Canada.
can, you can,
Oh,
but
really?
they limit how much money you can make.
Oh,
Okay,
they limit the earning of your
correct.
age.
Yes.
Oh.
So so you're only allowed to make so much besides getting early retirement.
Mm-mm.
Okay. But when you hit 67 and a half,
Mm-mm.
if you wanted to work full time or do something else, you can do
Mm-mm.
whatever you want to do and make as much as you want because you're going to get more money because you're doing full retirement. Now you're working full time doing something else. They don't care about that because they figure you're not going to live long anyway. Okay. So, so if you're younger, now, if you get hurt or maybe you're rich, you don't have to wait till 62 to take early retirement. Or if you even get injured and you made enough money, you can also early retire.
Ah.
Okay. Let's say I could be, let's say, 40 years old and I had enough money and I invested my money correctly and my money
How old are
stays
you
in
when you are
investment.
Alex? How old are you when you start earning money?
When I start earning money,
Yeah.
well, let's see, I started earning money in the Philippines when I was 7.
No. No. How old are you when you are there in America?
Oh, when I started earning money in America,
Yeah. I'm not
I
pertaining here
think
in
I told
Philippines.
Dolly my story.
Okay.
I was
I will ask Dali.
okay. I was 14 years old, and I was mowing a lot of lawns in my neighborhood. I built up the account, so I would mow 40 lawns a week. Can you imagine a 14-year-old boy with no car pushing a lawnmower in the
Oh.
streets from house to house to 40 different houses in the week and cutting their grass.
Really? You
Back,
did that before?
yeah,
You're
yes,
cutting
when I was,
grass in every house before?
yes, 40 houses in 1 week. And this was back in the 80s when I was 14.
Mm.
And back then I would make as much as $700 a week
How much?
USD.
How much that before in Philippines? That's a long. That's a big money.
It's can you imagine a 14-year-old back in the 80s making $700 a week USD?
It's that legal in America like that age and working.
Yeah, you're not a W-2 employee. You're just pushing a lawnmower and cutting the neighbor's yard.
Oh yeah, yeah. I see.
I was a hardworking kid. Now
Kailan mo nanood sino
I
yung isa?
couldn't work for a company because they don't hire you until you're 15, 16 years old. Like if
Pasundot-sundot
you
siya.
work at McDonald's, I think you have to be 16 years old to become a W-2 earner.
Mm-mm.
I was not a W-2 earner. I was a young kid just cutting grass. Okay. Let me see. If you did math, let me see how much is where is my other phone? Okay. So like right now, I think some OFW makes less than $700 USD per month. Adults,
Mm.
right? Let me see the math. Let me see the math here. Let's see. 700 times. Okay. Okay.
Wala na naman.
T- Today, in the year 2026,
Hindi. Yung ano
a
ba?
Philippine OFW is making less than 41,000 pesos per month. Correct?
Mm-mm.
Right?
Yeah.
They're making less than 41,000 pesos per month.
Ah,
Okay.
at the age of 14 years, you're earning that money
Per week.
a week.
Yes.
Mashallah, mashallah, like mashallah. But
That was back then. I was a very
yeah, yeah.
hardworking kid.
Uh-uh.
Kids did not work like that during that time. Okay. So that means that means
Hirap na
in
hirap na ako
four
dito. Wala
weeks,
pa akong tubig. Hindi ako makaalis-alis.
that means in 4 weeks, as a 14-year-old kid back then, this was in the 80s, okay, well over 35 years ago, I was making
Talbonas na.
165 pesos per month. 165 pesos per month, a 14-year-old kid like me was making back
Umaalis-alis na
then.
bumabalik.
Okay. So that's the kind of kid I was. I was a very different kind of kid. And so when you tell people that, they won't believe you because kids won't do things like that anymore. They're lazy today.
Way back then, the kids now is different.
Yes, yes. I was a hardworking kid. I'm
You
sorry, but
are?
I was a badass.
Wow, mashallah, Alex, mashallah.
I just I
Yeah.
just
Siya
believed
lang
in
yung
being
product ng
working
80s
hard.
na ano, sipag.
I saw my mother struggle in the Philippines. I started working when I was 3 years old.
What?
Okay. In
How
the
old are you?
province. When I was 3 years old, my job
Wait,
was to
three
make
years
fire
old.
cook
How
rice
come? Ay, okay. That
because we
was
were
too
poor.
young.
Very, very poor. More poor than you've ever been in your life, I am. We had no water. We had no electricity. We lived in a nipa hut.
Because that's the famous kind of house before, nipa.
But today's Nipa hut is very nice.
Yeah,
The
more
Nipa
than
hut,
the more. Yeah, yeah.
Nipa hut 40 years ago was not very nice. It was
Yeah.
very
Oh.
cheap way to live.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No,
Because now the condo is aesthetic.
yes, yes. But back then, Philippines was very, very poor, and I was very, very poor. That's why I believed in working
Philippines is
hard.
Philippines is a poor country now. But
So
before
I'm not, I'm not your typical Filipino American. So that's when I work the hardest than anybody. When I compete harder than anybody. And that's why people don't believe some of the things I've done
bukas.
because my mother taught me
Tawagan mo talaga to dali
how to
pagkakain na
work
tayo bukas
very
ha.
hard. Okay. So I'm
Kaya
hungry.
nga.
Okay. So
Sinasama niya na.
when I get to the Philippines
Kinakita niya magkano ba
and I'm done traveling, I'm going to go back out of retirement
babayaran niya tapos ikaw
and I'm going
convert
to
tapos
go
send naman ang
into real estate
akin.
remotely. And
Bangko
that's when I'm
namin
going to make
dalawa.
my money. Okay.
Dali lang, ilang buwan ka na nagbabangko.
What are you guys saying?
Ah, yeah. Yeah, I'm listening. Sir. 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 I'm listening to the
It's hard to listen and talk to somebody else at the same time.
Yeah. Rhea is talking to me. Asking something.
That's Ray. You have a question to ask me. This is the time to ask
You
me.
have question, Rhea? You want to come tomorrow, Rhea? No, you have no money. No, you have no money. Rhea, Rhea have no
So
idea.
let me tell you something, Aya, real quick. Pay attention, okay?
Okay.
And Raya, pay attention for a second.
Mm-mm.
For me to acquire the knowledge that I have, I
Mm-mm.
went to the top 15 colleges in the world and paid thousands of dollars in USD to gain
Mm-mm.
this knowledge. I am giving it for free for now. It's not costing you anything. But when Dolly gets monetized, she's gonna put these videos in members only. And you're gonna have to pay money to listen to this video once she's monetized. Okay? So these videos that you're watching for free is not gonna be free anymore. Okay? You have to be a member and pay money to get access to these videos
Okay.
because I paid
It's
thousands
monetized. You
of
need to
dollars
subscribe.
to go to those. No, there's a difference between subscription and membership.
Oh, okay.
Subscription is free. Membership, you have to pay money. And
Ah.
there's different levels of membership.
Mm-mm.
Okay? Depending on the topic, the membership will go higher and higher in her channel. Because this information that I'm giving will not be free much longer. So don't be sitting there talking to Raya when you could be getting free knowledge for now that you're gonna have to pay
Okay.
later to get.
Raya, when you have idea, pay for me. You're talking to me.
Right. So you can talk to Raya all the time when I'm not talking.
Yeah, Raya.
This is very
Alas.
expensive stuff that I'm giving out.
Raya, I can't afford this. I will listen.
And I told Dolly the last time I consulted for somebody,
Mm.
a multi-millionaire man, he owned an insurance company. He hired me to know what I know, and he paid me $250 an hour. Let me see what that is. I don't know what that is in Philippines. Let's see, 250 times. That means to talk to me like the millionaire did, you have to pay me 14,750 pesos per hour.
Alex, can I pay Tambmark? Because I can't afford. I will pay Tambmark, okay? Tambmark.
Listen, you don't pay me right now. It's free. It's
It's
free.
free, okay. I
So I'm
will not.
telling you,
Don't disturb me, Ria. This is knowledge.
this is very special knowledge that I'm giving you.
Yeah, and I will not. I can't afford Alex knowledge. Oh
You,
my God.
you're not gonna go to another channel YouTuber and learn this stuff,
Yeah.
right? They don't talk
Yeah.
about stuff like this. That's why
I learn
what I'm
from you.
saying.
I will learn from you.
And Aya, whatever's wrong with your body, when I get to the Philippines, since you're a good friend of D,
Mm.
I will help you reverse the condition that you have.
Ah.
I will not charge
We
you
don't
any
want
money.
things because
Just be you're a good friend of D.
Love
Just
you, love.
continue to be a good friend of D.
Alex, wait. We will clean inside now. We will end the live, okay?
Okay,
We will
it's
go
been
home.
it's
Aya, we will
56
go home.
minutes anyway. Okay,
Thank you so
all
much.
right.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you
Bye-bye.
later.
Ay,
All right.
bye-bye. Bye.
Bye bye.
Ay, di puta.